Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're making a strawberry and blackberry jam, or preserves, if you will. They're not really being preserved, but we're making a jelly. So really what I'm trying to say is we're making a strawberry and blackberry jelly that we can use on other desserts. But today, we have a special guest with us.
Hey guys, it's me. You've heard me before. I'm going to be making this one because this is something that I would typically do. Dustin would make all of the cake or bread or whatever we would add this to, and I would make this in particular in our home. The things that you need to have are fruits. Berries typically work easiest, but we have made this out of other random things you find in the fridge. Today we have strawberries and blackberries. That's what we're going to be using. You need to have your favorite sweetener, whichever. We have monk fruit and allulose here. I personally have used the monk fruit, so that's what we're going to stick with for today, just because I'm used to it already. I know how it acts and how it behaves with this. And then some xanthan gum. Your xanthan gum is going to thicken it up. And then you need a spatula and your handy dandy hand mixer. This one is an Amazon Basics. I'm really terrible about measuring things, so be prepared. There's not real measurements in here, and everything is pretty well done to taste and to texture.
Let's jump into it.
So the first thing you'll want to do is prepare your fruit, whatever you're using. As you can see, the tops have all been cut off of our strawberries. We had one wonky one that had a little funk growing on it. You just cut that off and throw it out. And you're going to just throw them all in the pan after they've been washed and prepped. And it's okay if they're a little wet. If they have a little water on them, it's not going to hurt anything. Keep in mind, if it fills your pan, that's fine. You're going to be mashing these down.
How much is it going to reduce? Is it going to reduce down quite a bit?
Yes, a lot.
Good to know.
And I'm going to add in our blackberries. And the reason why we're using the blackberries is because they're really freaking bitter. We like bitter fruit. I prefer my fruit to not be too sweet. I typically don't add sugar to anything. But these are, make your face pucker, bitter. Once they're all in your pot, you're going to turn on to a mid setting. You don't want it too hot. You can scorch your berries if you're not moving quick enough. And then you are going to take your hand mixer, and I just do this all in the pot. If you are, you know, maybe a more prepared cook, you might do this in a bowl ahead of time and then put it into the pan. But, you know, this works for us. And then you're going to just blend it up. Once you have your fruit soup, you're going to pick your sweetener. I'll usually stick a finger in and taste and decide what it needs. And again, I'm not usually the type to sweeten things, so I'm going to just sprinkle some in. That looked like maybe a 1/4 cup. Mix it, and then a different finger. We'll taste it again. And this makes sure the strawberries really balanced out the blackberries, so I don't feel that we need a whole lot more sweetener. I'm going to add just a touch more, and then I'm going to add xanthan gum. And again, I'm not great at measuring, so we're going to just add. The last time I made this, I made about half as much as there is in this pan now, so I'm going to be adding a significant amount of xanthan gum. And what the xanthan gum is going to do is thicken it and make it more like a jelly. Now, I'm going to use my spatula and clean off my blade. You can see there's some still unincorporated xanthan gum. We'll just stir that in. And as you can tell, with the heat and the xanthan gum, this is already quite thick. You just want to stir it, give it just enough time on the heat so that everything is well incorporated and you're certain you've killed off any bacteria that may have been there. It doesn't have to boil, you just want it good and warm.
So you don't actually have to cook it all the way.
Correct. You just want it hot enough to kill off any germs. When my mom would make jelly when I was a kid, they actually would boil it and then add pectin and sugar, and then they would can it. It had to be, you know, boiled exceptionally hot to make sure that you've killed off everything, because when you can something, it has to last for a certain amount of time. This is going to go in our fridge. This is going to be eaten within a week. If I was going to can it, I would make sure that I boiled the fruit before adding everything else.
That looks yummy.
It is yummy. The strawberries made it a lot sweeter than I would have made it without. Like if it was just the blackberries and raspberries, it would have been much more bitter.
I'm excited for what we're going to use this for in a couple of upcoming videos, so just be on the lookout for that, guys.
Thanks for playing in the kitchen with me.
So that's it. Pretty simple. I'm really excited that she's helping me out with this today. I had asked her how to make it. I didn't think that she would actually come on, be on camera, if you will, so to speak, quote unquote, and help me today. I think she was doing this because she wants what's coming next. She wants the desserts that these are going on.
Yes.
She wants the dessert that this is going on.
Yes, feed this fat girl, please.
So, like I said, be on the lookout for the next video. This is going to go on some pretty great stuff. As always, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.